Thank you for tuning in to the Drinks, Bourbon, and BS podcast. I am Bobby Stennett. Today I am with my best friend of almost 3 decades. Man, that's hard to believe. This is Rashawn Backers.
Hello, how you doing? Pleasure to be here.
So let me give you a little bit of history between me and Rashawn. So me and Rashawn met each other when I was 19. I'm 46. And so pretty good time, a long time. When we first met each other, we didn't like each other. And there's a little bit of story behind that. Let me give you a short version of this story. There was a girl I was talking to who Rashawn had 2 roommates, and she was one of them. Never met him, just talked to her. I would call the crib, talk to her on the phone, things like that. So I met Rashawn at Applebee's for the first time. Didn't meet him for the first time, but talked to him for the first time. And I seen him at the bar with this other dude. This dude was like gigantic, Incredible Hulk.
He's a big boy.
He's a beast.
Yes.
And so I walk up to the bar and I'm like, "Hey man, I'm Bobby. I'm the one who's calling the house for so and so." He just kind of looks at me. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm Rashawn. I've seen you around." And I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on with you?" And he was like, "Oh, this is so and so's man." Whoa. I looked at his arms, and I looked at me, I looked at his neck, and I looked at me, and I was like, "Look, man, we just friends." You know what I'm saying? Didn't even know she had a dude, you know. So that was just a funny but negative experience. But me and Rashawn had acquaintances, and I remember one night we were all supposed to go out together, and none of them fools showed up.
Not one.
Not one.
Nope.
So me and Rashawn were like, it's you.
It's you.
And it's me.
It's time to go.
So we're going to go out. And man, I'll tell you what, we had the best time. One of the best times of my life. Like, crazy fun.
Nothing planned. Just having
Nothing
fun.
planned. We just went out and we balled out and had a good time.
We did. Yes.
And ever since that day, if someone wanted to know where Rashawn was back then anyway, now we're all grown in different situations. But back then, if you want to know where Rashawn was, you ask Bobby. If you want to know where Bobby was, ask Rashawn. You'll find us. And it was just a very tight friendship, like brothers, family. And I'm glad you're doing this show with me today. Rashawn's actually going to be doing the drink of the day, and we'll get to that later on. And we got our pour of the day, too, which we'll bring out here in a few minutes. But first, I want you to just kind of give everybody a little history about yourself.
Okay.
A short version, you know what I'm saying?
I understand, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Greetings, everyone. I am Rashawn Backers. I am old as dirt. I came up here from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm originally from Memphis. The things that you hear about Memphis are true. Not all of them, but most of them, and you can check them on the news. We'll leave that alone. Lexington is amazing. And we're going to leave that there. Came up here as a cheerleader. I know. I'm a cheerleader, and I am. So I cheered at the University of Memphis, and after I got done cheering at the University of Memphis, actually I didn't really get done. I was recruited to come and cheer at the University of Kentucky, which I had no idea that Kentucky was just badass, and they were just amazing. They had won championship after championship after championship, and they got more championships than the basketball team. Obviously, the basketball team, they make a lot more money than the cheerleaders, but anyway, came up here and did that. After doing that, I became a DJ, and while I was DJing while I was cheerleading, I met a gentleman. His name was Saul, and his last name was Smith. Ended up being Tubby's son, and I ended up doing a lot of parties for a lot of the basketball team: Nazi Muhammad, Rajon Rondo, Tayshaun Prince, John Wall, just to name a few. With this fool right here, we had an amazing time. And then several years back, I decided to be a bartender as well. So I went to bartending school, the Lexington Bartending School. This gentleman right here will tell you a little bit about that as well, because he did that as well. He's a beast. And now I still coach. I've been coaching cheer for over 30 years. Won over 179 national championship titles and won in every division, including special needs. So I coach. I teach, which is coaching. And I got a son, a daughter. And other than being a parent, I try my best to make really good drinks. I teach amazing,
Which he does.
amazing people. Thank you. I teach amazing people. And, being a DJ is also amazing. So you get to meet and hang out with some of the coolest people and some of the weirdest situations. Like, I had a girl in Mount Sterling rap Lil Bootsy from beginning to end, and I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't ready for that experience. But I think I'm I'm just talking about this girl was like 87 pounds, and she had she was a beast. Dog. She was going in. So that's
For some of you all who don't know who Little Bootsy is,
oh Lord.
Wipe Me Down. You know what I'm saying? That's that song back in the day.
All right.
You know,
If you know Glorilla,
INDE.
yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
So you mentioned the national championships, and I'm glad you mentioned that. So I'm assuming what you mean by that is that you have coached girls throughout the years that have gone on to win national championships with their squads.
That and also the teams that I've worked with, which include Dunbar, won several national championships with them, a couple of world championships with them. Clay County High School. I've helped some of the girls from Greenup County. I've helped a lot of schools in the state of Kentucky, and I've helped some teams outside of the state of Kentucky. But I've influenced quite a few national championship titles, quite a few. I just stopped counting because at this point, it's just about helping kids, man, and getting them to where they want to be. My job, what I want to be as one of my jobs, or what I see as one of my jobs, is just helping kids get to college, because a lot of kids don't understand how to do that. Letting them understand where to go, who to go, because every college doesn't fit every kid. Some kids just don't fit college, and sometimes parents have a hard time understanding that. But college isn't for everybody. It doesn't mean you're a failure if you don't go, and it doesn't mean you're a genius if you do. So, but I've enjoyed a lot of success that came from other people's effort and me helping them reach their goals.
Now, for those who don't know, Rashawn's the reason why I became a DJ back in the day. And a lot of people who are watching this don't really know me before the shop in Mount Sterling, or before I got involved with politics in Mount Sterling and Montgomery County and things of that nature. But he's the reason why I became a DJ. I became a DJ when I was 19. And
It's kind of pushed on him.
yeah, I was in a situation where I needed a job and I needed to be sitting down at times and things of that nature. And Rashawn was like, well, I know a place for you. It's this club that's hiring. He actually come over to my crib and set up in my kitchen.
Yep.
And literally showed me the basics about DJing. And then we would go to the clubs. He was DJing at dance clubs as well. I would go there. I would fill in for him sometimes, sometimes by force, not by choice. This dude liked to leave me in the booth by myself.
It's the best way to learn.
Yes.
You gotta do it by yourself.
Funny story, because I always tell this story with people because it's so funny. We're in the booth one night at the club, and he's like, hey, I'm going to leave for a few minutes. I'm going to go to the bar, blah, 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 blah. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm like, okay. I'm up in the DJ booth. Rashawn had an early copy of course, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, if you had music early, you was the man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Facts.
And so he had an early copy of Nelly's Country Grammar CD.
That was
and
really,
so,
really hot.
Of course, Country Grammar come on the charts. It was the song, right? It was it. And so I get back then you had CDJ, so you put the CD into the CD player and you can scratch and all that stuff. It's called a CDJ.
Yeah.
And so I put the CD in. I get on the microphone, I get a little cocky, right? I'm feeling good, you know what I'm saying? I got a little alcohol in me. And I wasn't even of age to be drinking, but who cares? Sorry about that, Mom.
Club's closed.
Yeah,
It's all right.
it's all good.
Yeah.
The club ain't no longer there anyway.
No, not at all.
But I'm like, I get on the microphone and I'm like, y'all ready for this? This place is packed, by the way. It's packed. Okay, it's packed.
Like we're
Try to
beyond
keep
fire
it,
code.
Try to keep it visual. This place is freaking slammed.
Yes.
And we were beyond fire code.
Oh, way beyond.
And which is funny because I'll take you to 2010 when the last time we actually DJed together, where we got shut down for being
Yes.
out of fire code.
Yes.
So I get on the microphone and I'm like, "Y'all ready for that new Nelly, that country grammar?" And they go crazy. Yeah, you know. I put it in and I hit play, and it's like boom, 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 hot shit. And then it starts skipping, and I'm like, "Oh my
down,
god!"
down.
Yeah, I'm going down, down, and that whole crowd looked at me and looked up at the DJ booth and booed me. They were like, "Boo!" So my dumb butt, inexperienced, takes the CD out. I'm like, "I got this." I put it back in there, and I try to do it again.
Meanwhile, everybody's looking at him.
Everybody's looking at him.
Like
Everybody's
this.
looking at me, and I do it again, and sure enough, it skips again in the exact same spot, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes.
At the same time, that song was hot. I think it was
huge.
3 6 Mafia
Yes.
who released "Sippin'
on
on Some
Some
Scissor,"
Scissor.
right?
Yes.
So I'm like, you know what? I got to redeem myself.
Yep.
And I put it in the other CDJ, and I just boom switched it over, and they went bananas.
crazy.
And that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that is probably the
Them 40
only time
45 seconds of just grief.
Yes.
Where you just gotta.
I was sweating.
Yep. You start
I ain't
sweating
gonna
immediately.
lie, I was sweating.
Immediately.
It's like a DJ's worst fear is either something skipping back then or power miscellaneously
Power,
going out, because even if it ain't your fault, you getting to blame because you're
Always.
the DJ.
Always.
But yeah, so thank you for, I guess, teaching me the basics and leading me into that DJ career, which was for me and you when we were younger in our 20s, pretty successful. There was only a few of us in the state that were doing what we did.
We were doing, yes.
I mean, we didn't have to go ask for a job. Like, people were contacting us saying, "Can you work Friday? Can you do Saturday? How about, can you come be a full-time DJ? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you go here? Can you go there?" Like,
We offered a lot of no's.
yeah. And so we were in high demand, and we were able to successfully just DJ and take care of our priorities and our bills, which is very hard to do, even for DJs now, especially in Kentucky. Because Kentucky, even at this point, like, you look at the club scene now, Lexington and Louisville, it's nothing like it was back in the early 2000s and late 90s at all. It's completely just gone downhill.
No. People that got Spotify and think they can DJ.
Yes. And, yeah. Or they just have a Bluetooth speaker.
You're not DJing.
But you brought up Tubby Smith and Swall Smith. I think you and me both, probably through the early 2000s, DJ'd for predominantly almost every UK basketball
player,
team.
but team and player.
Yes.
Like, but they would come to our parties, and you would know because
Yes.
it would be lit.
It would be crazy.
It would be.
We had a really good time, and those are some memories that I will never forget, and I'm very thankful. At the same time, that camera phones weren't around back then.
Lord have mercy. Lord have
but
mercy.
I do hate the fact that
We didn't get it. Like the last one that we did was what, John Wall's party, and the football team showed up.
Well, we were at Petra.
Yes.
Yes, and that was I think in 2010, and Wall and Cousins showed up,
yep.
and the football team showed up. Now, not a quick story. Okay? This is how Rashawn does. Okay, like when Rashawn's DJing, this guy has no fear whatsoever.
Oh no.
So the football team shows up, or a lot of members of it wasn't the whole football team.
It was a lot of them.
It was a lot of them.
A lot of them.
They
You can
show
tell they
up,
big.
and they're in there, and they're just having fun.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Yeah, they were just
But they were a little
rowdy.
obnoxious, and you can see
Yeah.
people were getting uncomfortable because you have all these 6'5", 6'6" big men just jumping up and down and throwing elbows, and everything else. Where Rashawn gets kind of aggravated. It gets on the microphone. Now, keep in mind, this venue gave me and Rashawn the ability to control everything. When I say everything, I mean everything.
Just tell us what you want.
So we started at zero capacity. Like this was just a place that wanted to bring dancing in on the weekends and DJing in on the weekends. We went from zero to literally being shut down by the city of Lexington for violation of fire codes and everything else.
They went into the kitchen, said that these burners were not on because we were supposed to be able to cook food. What nobody trying to cook food?
It was crazy.
It was silly.
But he gets on the microphone and he's like, hey, this is my party. Y'all need to calm down. I look at him. I'm like, are you out of your mind? There's like 2 of us and a few security guards, and there's like 60 of these guys.
It would have been murder. And we would have
I
got
was
body
like,
whopped. It was bad.
Man. And
Yeah, it was the spirits.
yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it was nuts, but we had a really good time. And
we did.
And so I know you mentioned the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I know how becoming a father changed me. It changed me a lot. But how did becoming a father just really, it makes you grow up?
It makes you grow up because your kids are going to be looking up to you, and you want to give them something to look up to. You know, you don't want to be the person you were as a teenager. You want to be a parent, and parenting doesn't come with a book or anything. It comes with a lot of patience, a lot of prayer, and you got to ask a lot of questions, because when you raise a child, you got to understand you're not raising you're raising someone in a situation that's going through situations that you never did as a child. Like, we never had to, like you mentioned, cell phones. We ain't had that problem. Like, if you want, leave a message at home on a tape recorder and I'll push play and let the tape let me know who. And now kids don't even know what a cassette is. So it taught me a lot. It still teaches me a lot. You never sleep the same. You never drink the same if you are a good parent, because, you know, when I was enjoying myself, I didn't really have a stopping point, because I was just like, oh, I mean, whoo. But when you have children, you're like, at any given time, my child can be sick or something can happen, and I have to be a dad. I can't be, oh, I'm partying. I have to be a father. So, I've grown a lot. Had I not had children, I'm guaranteed I'd be somebody a bit different. But by the grace of God, I got 2 amazing kids. Happy with those. Hey, Jordan. Hello, Malia. And they're doing good. God did not give me the child that I was. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, me either. Well, the 18-year-old that I was anyway.
The 18, the 18 to 20, and we're not there yet, but I believe that they will make great decisions. I think they'll make good decisions, but they'll make great decisions, and just to be a part of their life is a blessing, because, you know, like I said earlier, you don't get a chance to pick your relatives nor your kids. So, you know, the universe was like, you know what, we're going to show you what good children look like. And they gave me mine.
Yeah, you got great kids.
Yeah, you do as well.
Yeah, thank you. And but you're right. I think about, sometimes I get aggravated, but my kids are all grown. Rashawn's got kids who are still in school, and they're making their way out of that, out of school. I think.
Yeah, Malia's 14, Jordan's 16. She'll be 15, and he'll be 17 this year. Jordan's all football, and Malia is singing. She can sing her butt off, and she's a beast at volleyball. You know, so
very athletic kids.
So awesome, and that's all they want to do. So I'm so cool with that.
But their dad and mom also are very athletic. Well,
yes.
So
yeah. Mama's very athletic.
Yeah, my kids the same way. Mine are all grown now, but very blessed. I don't have kids out doing crazy, stupid stuff, and we've had a couple of issues over the years, but for the most part, man, I mean, can't complain. Very blessed. All my kids have really big hearts, and that's what's most important to me, I think. They're loving, caring people.
Yes. Side note, your son, I have to thank Jordan.
Oh, yeah?
For helping me learn how to strengthen. His son made me feel old. Like, best attitude. I mean, and if you radiating smile, just a really awesome guy. It's full of energy.
Yeah.
You see people full of energy when you ain't got that kind of energy. Yeah, he got it. And he came over there and he was so helpful. Oh, do this, man, and you can try this, and you should see this. And I'm just like, I didn't have a clue. Thank you, sir. So not only are you an amazing person, the mother that you selected for your children, amazing woman, but your children are awesome people. And on a personal note, thank goodness for Jordan. He has a Jordan, I got a Jordan, but his Jordan helped me, and it was awesome. I gotta, man, it's good to have good people around you, but Jordan is a beast, man. Jordan is a beast.
You know, one of the reasons too that I wanted to do this with you is because I don't want to dig into politics at all, because I'm not trying to have that kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, me and you are on the opposite ends a lot on politics.
By the way, so you know, I am not a Republican or a Democrat. He knows that.
Yes.
So some people, they would say you got to pick one or the other. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a conservative, although I have views from all of them. Right? The only thing that I dislike, and he knows it, and we're not going to go into politics, is racism. I cannot stand it. You know, obviously we can't be, that's my guy.
Yeah.
But we've never had to deal with that. Like, we haven't. Like, so it's irritating. But aside from that, when it comes to politics, even though we usually sit on opposite sides, we do have the respect for one another to be able to talk and listen. And when you have a conversation, you don't have a conversation to have a rebuttal. You have a conversation to listen and learn. One thing that he has taught me is go do your research. Okay, can't really have an opinion. I mean, like, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody got one, usually they stink, because if you don't have any facts to back it up, and that's where he would bash my head in the wall. He'd be like, nope, listen to this and check this out. These are the facts that I'm like, all right, so let me go get my facts together. And I always did. I never, but a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people just want to be right, and I don't want to. It's not about being right. It's just be honest, be transparent, understand the situation, and become a more informed individual, so you can make better decisions based on the knowledge that is available. But the worst thing that you can do, which you showed me, is just not know and be a big mouth.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know what you're talking about, and then you talk real loud, well, you got part one. You're talking real loud, but usually when you're talking real loud, it doesn't make it any better. You're just screaming at people. So thank you for that.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to show people too, like, there's so much divisiveness out there with politics that it's really destroyed families, it's destroyed friendships, it's destroyed marriages and relationships. I just don't. I could possibly see a barrier. To be kind of hard to marry somebody who just thinks totally opposite of you 24 hours a day. But when it comes to like friendships and things like that, it's like, why?
No, that's not.
We had like one little incident over some politics, and we were both just like, "This is stupid. This is stupid. Like this is stupid." Like, because politics is constantly changing every 2 to 4 years, right? You can hate this person now, but you know what? 3 to 4 years from now, or 8 years from now, that person's not even going to be in office anymore, or maybe 2 years from now.
That you have for a lifetime,
right? And you lost a lifetime friend over someone who's in position of power temporarily. And people have really got to. I hope that people use our relationship. You're talking about 3 decades of over 3 decades.
Yeah, over that.
I mean, I'm 46. I was almost 3 decades of friendship, and why destroy that over a temporary?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We're not gonna fix something permanently over something that's temporary. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. So I wanted people to see that. Of course, you know, I am a Republican. There's no doubt about that or whatever. But I don't agree with the party on everything. Like, I'm actually in the middle of challenging things right now within the party, and I know there's several people who don't like that kind of stuff or whatever. But he's taught me a lot too. And it's kind of like, you know, you need to listen to me as well. Like, you know, like if you're listening to me, I need to listen to you. You know, and you need to take both positions and really try to put yourself in each other's shoes and where you're coming from.
You'll have a much better argument, and it won't be an argument. It will be more like a testament of how I feel and how you feel, and then, well, you have the right to feel the way you do. And if you want to break it down, if you like steak and I like chicken, that was really hard because but if it doesn't really matter.
Now, see, if I said that,
I'd laugh at you.
I'm racist, not by you. But it's stereotype. You know what I'm saying?
It's stereotype. That's why I start laughing.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you like a certain food and I like a certain food, just because you don't like the certain food that I like doesn't mean, it just means this is what you like. So I feel like that should be the case in a whole lot of things. You know, make it make sense. I'm not going to lose my friends over no stupid not the kid. Because as you get older, you'll learn. Count your friends. Count your friends. They going to go from all of these people that you call friends, which are really like high maintenance associates, to like friends, somebody that you can call
Acquaintances.
like, yeah, that's what those are. You know, a friend is somebody that you feel like being around when you feel like being by yourself. Because there've been several times I've been like, I don't want to do nothing. Like, all right, I'll be over there. I'm like, I ain't asked you to. All right, he shows up and I'm in a better mood. So you just be blessed with the people that you call real friends. Because I ain't got too many of them, and it's not because I can't be a friend. I'm a friend to a lot of people, but I'm not that type of friend. I'll do whatever I can to help anyone that I can, but that's my dog. So
Yeah, and same way. Like, let's put it this way. To be honest with everybody, I don't hang out with anybody outside of work or anything. Him. That's pretty much it. Like every 2 weeks we'll link up, and when I move back to Lexington, now we see each other more for the last few years than we did previously. But I mean, that's it. I don't really hang out with anybody else for the most part. Like you said, a lot of people say that, oh, this is my friend. This is my friend. I think friends is an overly used word. That's kind of lost its meaning.
you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like a friend request. All these people on Facebook are not your friends.
No, they're not your friends. It's like you don't call me. I don't call you. We don't text. We don't
your family
hang
don't
out
know
with
my
each other.
family.
I never been to your crib. You ain't never been to my crib. And it's like, oh, but that's my friend. No, we know each other.
Yeah, that's it.
And we're friendly to each other. But the word friend's overused.
That is. I mean, everybody in my family, my immediate family, knows you and knows of you and has known you forever. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So,
your mama made me a super awesome Cowboys quilt over there.
She didn't make me one yet,
huh? Oh, by the way, he's a Cleveland Browns fan. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm coming to last again.
That's all right. I'm a Cowboys fan. We ain't won a championship since the 90s, but at the same
95.
time, I don't answer my phone until after 5 rings. Cleveland Browns, I never seen a Super Bowl.
Well, when you call me, if that's how we're going to do it, as soon as before it rings, I pick up.
And this is a constant battle because me and him have been playing Madden and NCAA football. Madden more,
yeah.
For longer years since we were 19. Since it first come out.
Yes, since it
on
first
Sony,
came out.
Right?
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, we've been playing for a minute.
So we've been playing Madden in college. Still play it. Like,
still, yes.
I was texting him last night. I was upstairs playing Madden or college football, and I was being I like Miami or I like Georgia, right, on college football. Mm-hmm. He loves Alabama. And sometimes I'll beat him. Most of the time he beat me. And so I'll go upstairs and I'll practice against Alabama. It's like last night I was dominating until the third quarter. I got my butt whooped. So it
happens. It happens.
But another story about football real quick, because it drives this dude insane. Every year.
Oh my God.
Every year.
We gotta say
this is a tradition, by the way. This is not no joke.
It is.
I don't know what it is. He's like cursed. He's like cursed. When the new version comes out, like 2027 is going to be out, 2026, right?
Yep.
Come out at the end of July, beginning of August, or whatever. That first game that we play, he gets beat every time. And not just beat, like he gets beat.
I'm like 21-7, 14-28, 31. It's stupid.
It's stupid. He's repeating words. He's saying words I ain't going to repeat on this podcast. He is mad.
So I'm like, oh my God. It's the first game. I'm like, and it's gotten so bad that I'm like, all right, I'm going to beat you this year. Like, what? And then he wins. I'm like, I'll be up at half. I'll be up at third quarter.
That is so funny.
Yeah. That sucks. It sucks so
You know
bad.
what, though? I'm kind of thirsty.
Hey, let's go.
I'm going to bend down here, and I'm going to get the pour of the day. Now, you actually got me this bottle. So I haven't opened it yet. I've never tasted the Knob Creek 18 year. It's been sitting over there on my shelf for a while. And so I thought this would be a good time to open it up and give it a taste. And I've never had a bottle. You have a bottle.
I have a bottle, but I ain't opened it.
You never opened it yet?
No.
Okay, so I done opened it a little while ago.
I just
unsealed it. I unsealed it. So we're gonna pour it and taste it and see how it goes.
Sure.
So I am more of a Buffalo Trace dude when it comes to bourbon. Okay, like the single barrel is probably my favorite. I also like small batch. I really enjoy Weller Special Reserve. I think it's like one of the better ones that's out there consistently anyway. Now my overall favorite though is actually a Tennessee whiskey. And I'll get to that in a second, but let's pour this first. Actually, I'll talk about it while we're doing this. But yeah, the Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select. Oh my gosh, it's very expensive.
$189 a bottle.
It's like $189. Well, same as this right here. But
that was about $350 now.
oh, really?
Yeah. I'll have to double check, but yeah, it's up there.
But all right, here we go. Oh man, let me put this down here.
I'm excited.
But anyways, the Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select definitely is the best. That's my favorite. If I have to sip on something, bourbon or whiskey, Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select, in my opinion, has them. It's just so smooth. Like, it's crazy smooth. It's almost dangerously smooth and expensively smooth because you gotta understand one pour is like $20 straight out the bottle.
Well,
so,
I mean,
you know,
that's the cheap. That's being cheap. No, it's be more than that.
And I just, you know what? I just seen that at a bar. Me and Penny were in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta multiple times a year. Well, less now than I used to be. My daughter lives down there with my grandson, and so she comes up here. I'll go down there, whatever. But I've been going down there for like 20 something years. But we were at a bar down there, and I looked up, and there it was. I'm like, they're serving Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select. I did not ask what the price was because usually it's going to be probably
something stupid.
$30 to $40, I would say, especially in Atlanta. Yeah. And so I didn't even.
You're gonna bust your head.
I'm not one of them people who like to go to bars and spend money on liquor because I literally have enough liquor in my own home to make 200 different drinks,
if not more.
Well, that's I got there's a lot.
And then you got
yeah. So I just keep mine hidden.
Yeah. A little bit of a bite on the back end. Pretty smooth. No heavy at all.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Well,
no offense, I'm not saying it's bad.
No. It's
not bad.
It's really good. But now, the proof on it. What is the proof on that?
I don't know.
Okay, so it's 100 proof.
Okay.
So 50%.
50% alcohol.
So if I had to take my choice, Weller would probably be in front of it, and so would Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select would be in front of it as well with the smoothness.
I would put a lot in front of it. I can name several.
I'm just Basil Hayden would be Basil Hayden is one of my favorites, and then as I look down at your 1,050 bottles, Eagle Rare is definitely one of my favorites. I like it. But for the price point, it would just sit there for a little bit. I think it's not bad at all. But we've drank a lot of good bourbon, you know. So Basil Hayden.
He actually is the one who turned me on to bourbon. Like I'm a vodka dude. Like I love Ciroc. I love Grey Goose.
Hold on, was it Upside Down?
Pineapple Upside Down.
Yeah, there it is.
That's one of my favorite drinks. Yeah. But my favorite go-to is this Grey Goose and cranberry juice. It's just I love it. I can drink on it. I can drink on it every day. I don't drink every day, at all. I may drink once or twice a week, if that. To be honest with you, but I'm a vodka guy. I like a little bit of tequila as well. But he turned me on to bourbon. He has a huge selection couple bottles. Just a couple.
Just a couple.
No, he has a nice
Come
bar.
over, I'm like, which one you want?
He has a nice. He's built himself a nice bar at his house, and I was, my dad was an alcoholic, bourbon drinker, whiskey drinker, so this kind of turned me off to it.
Yeah,
and I didn't really take time to like actually taste and things like that or whatever.
You didn't allow yourself to enjoy it,
right? And I was like, well, I'll try a couple of different flavors or different bottles and see what and. He did. Like, there was a certain bourbons, I'm like, this actually tastes pretty daggone good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something that you're just going to be drinking all night long. No, you're going to pour you a glass, you're going to chill, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so,
there is one that we don't like. We both have this. Side note, there's this one, and I'm not bashing anybody, but there is this alcohol called Traveler.
Oh, my
You should travel away from that. It is not.
So I was going to do a little segment with you tonight. And I decided not to because you're driving, but it was going to be called "Who Said It." I'm going to do this actually during the podcast.
Okay.
For every guest, and depending on who the guest is what I'll determine the type of who said it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand.
Okay, but I was going to use like questionable rap lyrics, for example. Okay.
Okay, so when you say who said
yes,
it, do you give me options, or do I just have to come up with it?
I'll say who said it, and then I'll give you like 3 options.
Okay.
And then if you get it right, I have to take a drink.
Okay.
And if you got it right, or if I got it right, you have to take a drink.
Okay.
And I was going to use Traveler as the punishment.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all, listen. So
that stuff is
do
fire.
you know? It's all right. So
it's fire. People like it. I'm like, what?
All right. I mean,
everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
It is.
But that stuff to me is just like.
We went to Buffalo Trace. Now, for those that don't know, the Sazerac family owns Buffalo Trace, and they have a whole lot of alcohols.
Yeah.
So E.H. Taylor, Weller, Eagle Rare. Anyway, they got Buffalo Trace. Right? They got and Buffalo Trace is really good. So we went there, and they give you like, it's not enough, for you to just enough to wet your whistle. And they gave us Traveler. It was horrible. Like, it was so bad. I think that I feel like I can drink and kind of sip or whatever. But if you ever want to save your money, and you're trying really hard not to drink, get you a bottle of that and just sip on it, because that's all you're gonna be able to do. And I couldn't even think about mixing that with something. I'm pretty sure it probably would make something or a good drink, but I don't know it yet. And I am sorry, Traveler. I apologize. In the family that you come from, it's like you're the unattractive one. You ain't like the rest. So. Here's to you never seeing me again, because that is disgusting. That's all right. I mean, it's all right. It doesn't make you go. So yeah, it's all right. I just can't say anything like B plus. I think I'm gonna give it a B. You gonna give it a B? I'm gonna give it a B. Yeah, there's too many others that I like. That costs $50 or $60. That's it. That's it. That's
so
the point right there. If I'm
going to go out and I'm going to spend that kind of money on a bourbon or a whiskey.
At that point, you should have had a couple more bottles, because for what that cost, that was silly.
It's like I'm going to go. I will go buy a bottle of Jack Daniel's Nitro Select.
Oh, all day.
Now, one thing I do like about liquor barns is that you can go over to a little bar, you can do a little taste, and they have bottles that you never had before, and you can taste them. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You can do that at Total Wine, too. I just did one, and I can't remember what it was. And I called you about it.
You did. I remember that, and I can't remember what you said.
But it was pretty good.
You did. Because you called me, I was like, well, let me know what it tastes like. You're like, all right, hold on. And you're like, it's all right. And there was a couple of other ones that were like, because we talked about it, there was Pappy over there, and I was like, how much is it? And I'm thinking you're like 20 or something more.
$20
$20 a shot.
Yeah, I think it was
a pour.
Pappy 10 or whatever.
Yeah. So I want to taste that at somebody else's expense, because I don't want to open a bottle that I got. I do have a bottle for sale, people. But I am. I actually wanted to just give it to my son when he was of age, or by the time he's done, because he's going to be 17. By the time he's 21, it'll be 4 more years. And just in case those who don't know, as your alcohol ages, it goes up in price, because more people have, if that alcohol was made that year and that's the end of it, every year somebody's popping a bottle, so that makes yours a little more expensive. So
yeah, I literally have bottles that I have bought, even like this Kentucky set behind me.
Super awesome.
I mean, I'm a big UK fan, so I wanted it anyway, but that's gonna go to one of my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have bottles that I just bought actually just to hand down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're increasing in value.
Oh, yes.
So every year they're going to get just a little bit more. Some of them ain't much. Some of them are. I got a couple that's all right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not selling them. They're just going to go down to somebody, and if they ever get into a situation they need to sell them, then sell them. If not, hand them to their kids. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, and there's a few that I do flip. Of course, you got to, right? Mm-hmm. But let's see. Let's talk about DJing a little bit more because that's been our lives for, I mean, a long time, right?
Yeah.
That's something that we have in common.
Yes. We get to compare stories.
Yeah, and
Some are awesome. Some are.
I never thought that when we stopped in 2010, when we did our last that we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would actually get back into DJing again. But above the shop, we had the studio.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
always kept my turntables. That first set that you actually gave me, by the way, the Technics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always kept them set up. And I just remember over the years going up there and just messing around. You know what I'm saying? Just bored. Just, I'm going to go downtown. And this is in Mount Sterling and just DJ for a little bit.
Yeah.
I got really interested in it. You know, and I was just like, wow, I kind of missed this. Then I had a friend. She asked me to DJ her wedding. And I went and did her wedding. That's on the golf course. And I remember I don't have anything. I mean, just have my turntables. I don't have any speakers or nothing. And she's like, let's bring house speakers. I'm like, okay. So whatever. Went to the golf course, brought up the house speakers with me, the little stereo, my RCA, just rigged it all up, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, I just like, man, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And
music doesn't get old.
No.
And it has memories, you know. Like
right.
When you play it, you're not only making a memory for these people, but you're having positive ones yourself because.
Well, I never even did weddings before that at all.
Right.
You know, I was just a full-time club DJ.
Yeah.
You know, and so.
Different, way different.
They're way different. But just getting back into it in general is what I'm speaking about. Just being behind that deck, you know what I'm saying? And just listening to the music, making people dance. Making them react to a mix, you know, or something like that.
The setup of it,
right.
getting them ready for it.
Yeah, exactly. And you're a very good scratch DJ. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on scratching myself. I'm more just a mix DJ. Like I used to put, and he can confirm this, like back in the day.
Boy,
so
he has some mixes.
These DJs nowadays, technology's allowed us to just push a button and turn any track into an instrumental or an acapella, and then put them on top of each other. Now, me and Rashawn here are from back in the day where you were actually carrying vinyl, and then on one side you would have the original version of the song, and then on the other side you would have the acapella and instrumental
yes.
of that song, and then we would have to literally put the acapellas over instrumentals with vinyl on the turntables. Or when MP3s got popular and we had LimeWire back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
I was downloading the acapellas and instrumentals. And then I just learned how to do this really well. And I was putting the acapellas over the instrumentals, recording my mixes, and then doing it live at the clubs.
Yes.
And people were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know? And so, but this guy, he's one of them who he'll scratch it all up and everything else. And what is your most memorable story DJing? Just you. Not including me. Just you.
Nazi Muhammad asked me to DJ, and he at the
Nazi
time.
Muhammad, he played for UK.
He played for UK. Sorry.
Yeah, I remember Nazi. I remember that.
He was real cool, and he was like, money's no issue.
He would come to Gambino's.
Yeah. So he had me DJ, and it was back when it was all vinyl. It was like he's like, I want you to play, but it has to be all vinyl. I was like, he's like, I want a real DJ. I'm like, can you do that? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
So I DJ'd, and basketball players have basketball friends, and if y'all see this glass, that's what some of their watches look like. And I never felt so broke before in my life, but everybody's a millionaire, and I'm talking about their watches. Like, it was stupid. I was like, if I got that much money, would I buy a watch?
Yeah.
Okay, probably.
And they would throw money.
And just throw, yeah. So, Nazi was real happy, and we were about 45 minutes over, like getting ready for it to be over. And this dude came up, and he was like, man, I like Jay-Z. Can you play a Jay-Z set? I was like, yeah. He's like, no, you can't. On vinyl, you gonna do it? I was like, yeah. He's like, bet you $100 you can't do it. And I was like, and Nazi was standing in front of him. He was like, get your money, dog. Get your money. I was like, all right. Be right back. And I, on vinyl, played Jay-Z. I'm talking about scratching in, scratching out, it was, I don't know, it was one of the best times that I've ever DJ'd because I did it, and I just like, it's hard to say when you like feel the music, but when you feel the music, you're not really thinking, you're kind of reacting to the feel. Like a song will go on, you're like, oh my gosh, I know what song will go with that, and you hear it in your head, and you play the next song, and then you do it again. You just go back and forth, and you're scratching, and you're mixing, and you're dropping, you're bringing it back, and I got my money, but he, the admiration that was in his eyes when he was like, man, that was dope. That was probably one of my favorite times DJing that I can remember. That was just me. Some of my best times DJing was with you. Like when we went back to back at Gambino's, y'all wish y'all could have been there. Because we have two completely different styles. You know what I mean? The only thing that we would do is, all right, so if there's just like a banger, right? And we know it's a banger. All right, who's going to play it? You want to play it? Because I want to play. If I play early, then I'm not going to play it because that's not the way we do it. Like you gotta heat the night up. You know what I mean? And then at the end, it's like, whoa. People taking off their shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so hot in there that people like, I got to go outside, but I don't want to go outside because it's so dope. Those were some of the best experiences that I can remember. I just remember coming in, and when you come in Gambino's, you see that big old fish tank, and then you get to the floor, and then you go to the booth, and then you go to the bar and get whatever it is that you choose. If you're a drinker, you get something to drink. If you're not drinking, whatever. I'm not gonna tell you what I did or did not, but I
drank. They gave me a free bar tab.
That was, I was gonna say that.
I'll say it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
So
hey, this is
what
your
would
pay,
you do?
and you got free bar tab.
Yeah, and also on top of that, we could call out shots. So it'd be like, all right, for the next song, dollar lemon drops or whatever we wanted to say. You remember that? Like we couldn't go crazy, but wasn't nobody drinking no old fashioned, so we never said that. But it was like Jaeger bombs, kamikazes, lemon drops, like just
Jaeger
something that Jaeger bombs. I know, right? So, but we could call it out. So if we wanted something, all we gotta do is just say, hey, or we just go to the bartender. And the cool thing about being a DJ is when you go to the bar, they come straight to you. You ain't got to wait. You just kind of wave your hand. 9 times out of 10, the bartender, a good bartender, is always going to be scoping around and kind of looking. So if they see the DJ, they know, hey, he's got to get his MB back, right? So another thing that if you are an up-and-coming DJ, shout out your floorman. Tell them thank you for doing a good job. Tell people don't be buttholes. And if you need to, they going to get after you. Make sure that everybody knows who your bartenders are, your waitresses, your staff. Just give them the respect that, because they ain't got no microphone, right? They can't really say, hey, I'm a really good bartender or whatever. But if I know the bartender is a dope bartender.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest mistakes DJs make now. Whenever I go out, when I do go out, and I've heard a DJ, whatever, you don't ever hear them like shouting out.
Nobody. They're getting on your nerves. Hey, my name's blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right, shut up.
They're too busy recording themselves DJing instead of taking care of business.
Take care of business. Yeah, this is a business. Take care of the people that take care of you.
Yeah.
And I mean, like we had, I'm pretty sure you can remember. We never had to go to the bar if we didn't want to, because there was always somebody. Hey, you need a drink. Hey, you need a drink. Hey, you need something. You good? You good?
Yeah.
You good? I'm like, so if you run a bar, please understand that you don't run it. Your DJ does. You can say you can say whatever you want, but if you got a crappy DJ, your bar ain't about nothing.
Well, you bring that up, and let's talk about it for a second, because this is still an issue today.
Yeah.
So these club owners, probably why you've seen the bar and club scene in Lexington just fade out. Like you have a couple of places now that are doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Been around for a while.
Yeah.
Got a new place, I think, in Club Halo's newer.
Yeah.
Right, but it used to be XOXO, I think.
Yes,
You got the Roxy, where I DJ'd
Roxy,
at
yes.
a couple of years ago for
Yeah,
a little bit.
Bells is doing good.
Bells is doing all right. But Bells is not really a club, though. It's just a 3-level vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They bring in DJs on the weekends during the summertime. I did a New Year's Eve party there a couple of years ago. But it's... And I'm not really talking about Bells when I say this, something like that, or the clubs there. I'm just saying that these bar owners who like to micromanage the DJs. But at the same time, it's like you, if you have a good DJ and you put trust in your DJ, you ain't got to micromanage the DJ.
At all.
Let the DJ control. That's one thing I'll say about Gambino's. But I've always bragged on the owner about
Yes,
And I mean,
he did. He never got in the way.
he's like, he trusted me to. You got to keep in mind too. I was there on Monday night. It was $10 all you cared to drink. I was there for a while,
Smashed it.
right?
Smashed
And so
it.
you're talking about this place. It was holding like 800, all the way up to like I think one night we had 1,300 in there.
Yeah, because you got the outside the patio, you had the bar area, you had the dance floor area, then you had whatever's around the
Right.
corner.
And this place was just, it was it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was the place to be. But he trusted me. He was like, and I knew how to, because I was in the clubs for so long, in different styles of clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You learned how to control your crowd with the music, right?
100%.
And so good DJs know how to do that. To where you don't have issues.
Without being told.
You're going to have an issue every once in a while, no matter what you do.
Yes,
Okay, it's a
yeah,
club, people are
yeah.
drinking, you're going to have
There's
problems.
alcohol involved.
Right.
Yeah.
But no major issues because you knew, like, here's the thing. You keep the girls on the floor.
You're good.
They're happy. The guys are going
Guys
to be
gonna
happy.
Yep.
Because the girls are on the floor.
Yep.
You know? When you get the girls off the floor, you start catering to the guys.
You losing
that's
money.
when you're losing money and you're creating
A
problems.
lot of problems.
A lot of problems.
You know one person I started playing more because of you?
Who?
Pitbull.
Pitbull? Oh, Pitbull.
That fool brings
Everybody.
dude.
Every time.
I'm talking about
Every
he
time.
just knows how to, you know what I mean? Like
I had a chick cancel. I had a chick ban Pitbull one time from her wedding reception. I wanted to cancel on her. I was like, really?
That's okay.
Really?
I had a chick like she banned Bruno Mars, and I was like, "You, 24 Karat, that's a bad song. I just don't like him." I'm like,
You know
"Do
what?
you understand? Everybody."
I've had several ban Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake, Ed Sheeran. Several.
Why?
I don't know. I guess they're just tired. I think they get overplayed.
Commercial. Okay.
But at the same time, I'm like, but there's so many other artists who get overplayed as well. Taylor
Right.
Swift, one of them.
oh my gosh. Through the
But I've had
decades.
several ban Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So I mean, it's weird in my opinion.
It is.
It's because it's like, but I get it.
But they're paying for it, so it's
your
yours to-
event, and it's your wedding, and it's
Exactly.
what you want. So I get it. And you always want to make sure they're happy at the end of the day.
Yes.
It's all about them.
It is.
But it's still shocking to me. It's like, why?
As
And
a
I
D-
asked her, I never questioned any of them except for the Pitbull one. I was like, why? I started laughing. I'm like, why would you ban Pitbull?
Yeah.
She started laughing and she was like, I just get so tired of listening to Pitbull. I'm like, how often?
So
are you
because
listening
of
to
his
Pitbull?
being a successful artist, that's like getting tired of watching Tom Brady win.
It's just not. It's just, in my opinion, it's just not an artist that you want to ban.
No, Pitbull
Ban
is,
at a,
Pitbull can save a bad DJ.
Right. I can get through the night not playing Bruno Mars or Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Pitbull is like one of them. He
It-
has a couple of tracks that just like
Get the party
hotel
started.
room service.
Oh,
Um,
always. Time of Our Life.
Don't Stop the Party.
Oh,
I mean,
he has several,
He has several.
and like for me, he's a person that helps me
Neo and Pitbull. Grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey. So yeah.
Because Pitbull, and then I mean, if you want to go old school, you add a little Yin Yang Twins after Pitbull. Because if you know anything about it, they, the BPM, which is beats per minute, is pretty high on not everything, but
Pitbull usually runs 125 to 130.
yeah.
Beats per
So,
minute, yeah.
and that's when we DJed, whether you realize it or not, I'm doing like, I start off in the 60s, and he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, but listen to the song. So 60, 65 to like 95, maybe 100 sometimes. And then when he comes in, he's doing the other side of it. So, and we can both DJ with whatever it is that you give us. But if you were to just say, hey, these are all the songs, you can just pick from it and go for it. He's probably going to be more upbeat, fast, shake your booty. And I'm going to be a little bop with it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I love Pitbull. Like I stated, he is a DJ saver, and I'm not a bad DJ, but he's just a DJ saver. He's a beast. So just knowing how to play it, when to play it. You don't drop something that fast as your first song unless you plan on keeping, because you got to understand you're going to be there for hours. So in your head, you have to be able to set, this is the kind of journey that I want to take my crowd through. If I start off at 100 beats per minute, or 120 beats per minute, in an hour, y'all gonna have a heart attack. So, I mean, there are some sets that you could do that with if you got the kind of people that are ready to do that. You just kind of, I think that another thing that I applaud you over is just knowing your crowd. When you walk in, you should be able to see, all right,
I'm a crowd reader.
and you got to be able to read the crowd.
I'm a
And
crowd reader for
there's
sure.
nothing that is better than being able to read, the crowd. And it has nothing to do with your demographics, by the way. So if I see a whole lot of Caucasian people or I see a whole lot of African American people, that is the worst thing that you can do. You have to read the crowd, read the people, read what their faces are saying, read when you change the music, what kind of vibe they give. It's a they, I mean, the collective, how are they feeling about it? So that is something that, and I've seen DJs not be able to do that. And unless I'm coming to see you, I really ain't really trying to go out. There's another. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd rather be like on a patio having a drink, chilling.
chilling.
So listening to some background music or whatever.
Yeah,
but I'm not really one of the people who just goes to the club anymore.
No, but I mean, the club ain't for me, right? I think I've outgrown the club. If I were to, if I were to be in a club, it'd be because they were paying me.
That's it.
Or we are owning it.
That's a paid practice.
Yeah,
that's
paid
what I call
practice.
it.
Yep,
that's
you're right.
In my time in my DJ career, that's all it is to me anymore. It's a paid practice.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. And I ain't the only one who feels that way.
But if
every DJ that works at the club is pretty much like, it's a paid practice because you can't mess up and you're getting paid for it. Yeah. It's a paid practice.
It is. You just got to be on your P's and Q's, and you get a chance to, when he comes over to the crib or we DJing and we're in practice mode, we can mess up. We can be like, oh, hold on, let me bring that back and just kind of, you can't do that. It's live. Like people cannot hear dead air. You cannot, straight. Like, they don't care what kind of mood you're in. They came there, they spent their money to have a good time, and you're in charge of it.
That's right.
They don't care if you got the bubble guts. Yeah, you got your chick or your man and made you mad. Like, they don't care. They are there for what they spent their money on, which is a good time.
So before we get to the drink of the day and wind it up, real quick, favorite place you ever been to?
Oh gosh,
one place.
That's a hard one. I've had so many experiences in my life and so many people. Well, it wouldn't be when my kids were born. That was not fun. I guess one of the what comes right now. Favorite places.
One place. Favorite place. If you can rank number one, what's number one?
Oh, okay. Ooh.
I thought I asked an ACT question or something.
You did. I know. I get an 18 and just pass. Vegas.
Vegas? Okay.
Vegas.
I've never been.
I went with Jason, my younger brother. And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you a story. Hold on. I know we're gonna have a poor day, but I'm gonna pour me a little bit more of this because I'm gonna tell you what Vegas did.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What did Vegas do?
All right. So
you ain't supposed to tell this. What happens in Vegas is supposed to tell you.
Yes, okay. We all the way in Vegas in KY. So went there. We they said that it was like dollar drinks and something stupid that was like uber cheap. And we're like, oh, we're in Vegas, so we can get like a little buzz before, like at the club, before we just like enjoy the club. And the club was like, all right, from 9 until 11, it's like $1 shots or $2, not $2 shots or $1 shots or $1 drinks, $2 drinks. Anyway, it was no more than $2. Don't you know I got there? Me and Jason got there, and there was a huge line, and we were like, what's going on? Like, is the club this packed? They're like, nah. Why is everybody in line? Oh, they ain't let nobody in until 11. What? But they said from 9 to 11. That's to get your dumb ass out here because they don't open until 11. So you're gonna sit in line and you're gonna miss the happy drinks or whatever. I was so salty. I was like, that's not legal. I was so mad. I remember I had a Wendy's Frosty. We left Wendy's early so we and I had my frosty in my hand. I was eating. I was mad.
So,
I was so mad. But we had a great, we had a great
you
time.
gonna cry in the car.
I just remember my frosty, and I was like, I got like Wendy's frosties are fire. By the way, I had a chocolate frosty. I ate about maybe 70% of it, and I tried to hide the cup, like I'm never gonna come back out and get the cup. But anyway, but Vegas, walking on the strip, watching Spider-Man, watching the Statue of Liberty cut somebody out. They give you all these cards to go to these places, and I'll just let you figure out what the cards are going to say. But they look like, it's like a business card. Mm-hmm. But they have all of these, for lack of a better word, erotic places that you can go to that are off the strip, and they're trying to give it to you. And I'm talking about every maybe block. There's like 8 people, and they're all here you go, come see us. And I'm like, that's a lot. But if you go to Vegas, all your drinks are free because as long as you're gambling, it's free. So I'm not much of a gambler. Mm-hmm. I can't stand to lose my money. I just can't. I
do a scratch off every once in a while. That's about it.
But I mean, like, that's about it. So,
Powerball when it's like 200 million or something.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
But I don't lose money to gambling just because, I mean, like, when there's a theme that says the house always win, why do you think you're smarter than the house? Now, if you're a card counter or whatever that you choose to do, then that's fine. But I mean, like, I'm not there.
So Las Vegas, huh?
Las Vegas, and I had a great time. I went to the penny slots, got about $20 worth of pennies, and I don't even know if we make pennies anymore. But it was like a big old thing of them, and it was heavy, and I was just going. So I got all my pushes, pulls, ding, ding, dings done, and I was happy. They give you top shelf alcohol as long as you're gambling. It doesn't matter what you're gambling, how much you're gambling for.
They want you to get trashed.
They want you to get trashed
and then
make
blow all your
bad
money.
decisions. Yeah.
Get trashed and make bad decisions.
Yep, that's what it was. Now I refused to do that. So what I did was, when I started to feel like I was getting a buzz, because by the time you realize you're getting a buzz, you are already too late. But I was like, all right, I'm getting a buzz, I'm done.
Yeah.
So I got one double jack to go, and I was out.
I went to a casino one time with a guy named Chris and a guy named Brad. And you know Brad.
I know Brad.
Well, you know Chris too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Long hair Chris?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I gotta cut that one out.
Yeah. But
it
anyway,
was the shoes. He had super life. If you saw him.
But I walked in, bro, and I lost $50. I ain't gonna lie. 30 seconds, bro. Brad was like, play these slots. And I'm like, okay.
$50.
Oh, it was bad. And I was like, I had this little free drink bracelet, and I wouldn't drive it.
Oh,
so I was like, you know what? Y'all have fun. I lost $50.
I'm done.
I got my drink bracelet,
and
I'm about to go drink and watch y'all lose money. Well, Brad quit too. He's like, I'm done. And he just drank. But then Chris, I think he ended up like losing like a little bit of money, and he blamed me. I was bad aura.
Yeah, man, juju.
I'm like, nah, bro. You got a problem.
Yeah, like
you should have stopped at $100, but you didn't. And you just kept escalating it from there.
When you start chasing, you shouldn't have started it. Like, you shouldn't have.
All right, so before we get to the drink of the day and end the show, I just want to say to you, thank you for doing this with me, and obviously for being like a brother, best friend for almost 3 decades.
Yes, sir.
And anything that you want to say before we close it out?
Honestly, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for respecting my opinion enough to let me voice it, letting me be a star on your platform. I really appreciate you. Always have appreciated you. From the womb to the tomb until it's over. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. Always, absolutely. You know how we do.
So, yes, sir.
But, all right. So the drink of the day is coming up, and we're going to get to that here in a second. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Hope you had a good time listening to me and Rashawn be goofy and talk about stuff that you probably don't even care about. But hey, it's all in good fun.
Always.
Now, for the drink of the day with Rashawn Backers.
Yes. You're going to be enjoying a strawberry drink. It has a little bourbon in it. It is called a Strawberry Maker's Lemonade. It is very, very good, especially during the spring months. You go outside and you feel good. You want something nice and light. lemonade that has a little kick to it, but it doesn't taste like bourbon. Amazing. I think you'll enjoy it. Hey, what's up? My name is Rashawn Backers. I am going to teach you today how to make an amazing drink that both women and men can enjoy. A lot of women don't like the taste of bourbon just because it's like, ugh, right? So I will give you the ability to make it as sweet as you want, but not too sweet. It shouldn't taste like syrup. So the drink that we're going to be making today is going to be made with Makers. It is going to be a strawberry Makers lemonade. So straight bourbon. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by putting some ice in a glass. Yep. Now, you get extra points if you get the ice to go all the way to the door. So, now that you got your ice, what we want to do, and you can do this in any order that you wish, I'm going to add 4 ounces of lemonade. Okay. And now we're going to do about 1.5 ounces of your bourbon. And everything else is a 1/2 ounce. Now, if you want to make it a little sweeter, you can add a little bit more of this. This is, well, real is the name, strawberry real infused syrup, which is amazing. It's my go-to in everything that I try to make. So we're going to add that. Now, just a 1/2 ounce of everything else. 1/2 ounce of lime juice. 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. Simple syrup is just simple water and sugar. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. You can do it on the stove, low and slow. Let's just set this over here. And then once you got all of that stuff together, you're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna give it a little, I like the round shake. Now, if you shake it back and forth like this, you're making the ice in there get a lot smaller. The ice integrity is how hard your ice is and how, as you shake it, it splinters or does not. So if you're working with a regular refrigerator, which most people will be, just give it a little shake. You'll see a little frost get on the glass, or I'm sorry, the shakerton, and a little hit. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour that bad boy. Once you pour it, if you wanna add a couple of pieces of ice, you can. That's about all we got left. And what we're going to do is we're gonna add a strawberry to the side. That's what makes it party. Now, and you always want to put your straws by your garnish. Makes it pretty, plus it's good for the sniffer. And there is your drink. I hope you try it. And my challenge to you is give it to a loved one that is 21 or older, preferably a wife, sister, somebody that's like, I don't like bourbon, and have them try it. Don't let them know what it is first. And you're going to taste one of the most amazing lemonade drinks that you could ever get. And you made it. So it's made with love. That's good.